I'm seeing. Let's start over because I thought I had this going on. So let's start from the very beginning, guys.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Well, for the second to one, now they got the man trapped at third. And second and two, handout goes to McCaffrey up the middle, 5-2-1, wide open, and he's on to the
Welcome to the In the Zone
Welcome to
Sports
the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Keith Diggs, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the sports city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting, we have G-Dub from Austin, Texas, and battling Murray Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland.
Bringing you the ultimate sports for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
Welcome again, everybody. How y'all doing out there? This is K Dixon here. You got my man Mo with me today. We won't have Dana because Dana is under the weather. He's under the weather down in Florida where the weather is nice, I think. But if you noticed last week he was trying to catch something, he didn't really sound really good on the air last week. So we're gonna let Dana get his rest. I thought Dana would definitely been on excited about the Lakers doing whatever the Lakers are doing, and the Miami Dolphins doing whatever the Miami Dolphins are doing. And I don't really know what the Braves are doing right now, but anyway. So I want to say that I'm dedicating this show to my mother. She's been gone for 3 years now. March 18th was 2021 was when my mom passed away. And so I just want to give you guys a little story of what happened to me yesterday, on Saturday. So I go to the cemetery with 3 balloons. I let one go, and it goes up in the air. The second one I let go, and it's floating away. It looked like it's about to go into the trees, and a gust of wind comes and blows it away. Right, so I'm sitting there watching 2 balloons go up in the sky and things like that. And so I'm sitting there having a little small conversation with my mom, and I had the 3rd balloon that was left. And the reason why I had 3 balloons is because me, my brother, and my sister. Okay, so when I had the last balloon in my hand, I really didn't want to let it go because I wasn't ready to leave my mom's gravesite. So I kind of slowly let it out of my hand. As I'm watching it go up in the air, I'm just standing there watching the balloon go up in the air. And it took the perfect flight up in the air. It didn't go straight up, but it went like on an angle all the way up. Like if a plane is, like if a plane is taking off, it goes straight up in the air. That's kind of like the balloon did, right? And all of a sudden, as the balloon's going up, it's getting further and further away where I can't really see it unless it would shimmy or whatever. I can see the silver part of it. I see a bird come over by the balloon, and the bird circles the balloon about 3 or 4 times, just circling the balloon. And I guess by him doing that, I would never have knew when the balloon was because I wanted to watch the balloon go away totally. And so once the balloon got into the clouds, I didn't see it no longer. And then the next thing I know, I see the bird coming down from out of the clouds, and he's flying in a different direction. I don't know where the bird came from. I didn't even watch the bird when the bird left, but that was weird that happened. A lot of people are saying that it's probably my mom telling me that she's good, things of that nature. But it was weird. It was a weird feeling, but it was a good feeling, And so after that, I left and I went to McDonald's. I was kind of hungry. So I went to McDonald's, got a filet of fish sandwich with cheese. I got the medium size with Dr. Pepper. And I ran into a good family friend of mine, Jeff Terrell, and he had his grandkids with him. His daughter they went on a honeymoon to, I think he said, the DR or Jamaica, one of the places, I can't remember. So he introduced me to his grandkids. We're sitting there and he's joking about his grandkids. He said he looked at them, and when they got to the house, he had them unpack, told him put on some clothes. He said his granddaughter had Miss Mac. She had on polka dots, she had on stripes, she had on glitter, she had on all this kind of stuff. So he says to her, he said, "Who packed your bag?" She said, I did. Right? He said, well, you packed the wrong bag because now we gotta go get you some clothes because you know how he said, Kev, you know how my family is, man. They gonna talk about me. He says, so I took him to JC Penney's and got some clothes, stuff like that. And then he talked about he got them for the whole week. I said, man, I said, God bless you. You know, he said, God bless you. He said, God bless me. He said, man, I need some blessing. He said, because I'm gonna put down the shades. I'm gonna make it seem like it's dark outside, and they're gonna go to bed early. I said, but if they go to bed early, they're gonna wake up early. He said, yeah, I ain't think about that. You know what I'm saying? So he had me laughing and everything, man. I mean, I had tears running down my eyes from laughing. And so finally, late on that night, me, my wife, my sister-in-law, and my best friend, which is my brother-in-law, and my mother-in-law, and my little nephew went to a play in Lancaster called The Wiz. I had a really good time there. We went to dinner. We went to a little shopping. Went to the play, and it kind of took my mind off my mother. And it just made things. It didn't let me forget about my mom, but it made things a little bit easier for me to deal with. And all that I'm saying to people is that you never know who God puts in your path and why He puts them in your path. You know, and I want to thank Jeff for being, because usually when I go to McDonald's, I never go in. I get my food, I eat in the car, or I go home and eat it. But something made me go inside and sit down and eat that. So Jeff, my cousin Terrell, my friend, thank you again. Thank my sister-in-law for inviting me to the play. It was something I really needed that day, man, because it was that morning was really rough for me, you know. And most people know how really close me and my mom was. So I just want to dedicate the show to her. So with that being said, Mo, you want to start your Black History moment out?
Sure. But first of all, thank you to your mother for creating such a great son.
Such a great son.
Not that he should have been a Browns
He
fan.
should have been a Browns fan, but
you know, I got to give you a hard time.
I got to give you a hard time about that.
All right, so let's get this show rolling. All right, so I'm going to talk about Althea Gibson. Born in 1927. She died in 2003, so she lived 76. But the reason she is important is because she was the first African American athlete to win a Grand Slam in tennis. She actually won Wimbledon 5 times. She won twice as an independent and 3 times in doubles. She also was a great golfer. After her tennis career, she actually went on to play golf. She just showed everybody how great of an athlete African Americans can be, and she was a great woman too. Where she actually just did so many things with tennis that they have a gymnasium in Paris named after her. They also have when I think about Althea Gibson, I just think about how much she had to go through. Born in 1927, to actually be out there to actually play tennis with people that were not Black, people that were Caucasian, people that were international. She had more success internationally because it was easier to play overseas than it was in the U.S. And it's sad that we have to go through that. But at the same time, she endured, making it where people like I did Arthur Ashe 2 weeks ago, just being able to have opportunities to do this as African Americans. Also, Jackie Robinson also helped us with bringing in baseball and bringing African Americans to all different sports. But she was the first woman that really stands out to me to be able to just show how the greatness of African Americans. So that's why I wanted to talk about Althea Gibson today.
Okay, that's a great story. And you know, I just want to piggyback on what you're saying there. If you think about 2 things that came to mind. Think about the struggles that she had to go through to be able to participate in that sport. She had to have somebody that believed in her, that saw the vision in her, to say, "Yo, you can do this. We are going to back you 100%." You know what I'm saying? And she did it. And what's really weird to me, and which I really don't understand, is how African Americans how African Americans always got treated better in the European countries than in the United States, especially London, because London, England area, because they're the ones. They had something to do with bringing us over here to the United States. You know what I'm saying? But you got treated better over there. If you think about it, every time we as a race goes over there, and we're accepted to the utmost. Look at Muhammad Ali. You know, when he went to Africa, homeland. You know, but I'm just saying, you just think about that. How how that was how that was perceived as royalty to a lot of people um overseas. You know, so that to me, that's something that's great. And I don't know if Bill Russell ever got a chance to play basketball overseas, but I think if he went overseas and played like he played in the United States, um, he would be considered probably the greatest basketball player ever, because he did something that nobody else ever done before. You know, so I think twofold is, and I don't think people really understand how difficult it was back in the day to participate in a sport that they told us that we could not participate in, because for one of all, we didn't have the the intelligence to play those sports, but we were very athletic. But the thing about it is that when you tell a person you can't do something, you're gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, I can. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong that I can do it." You know what I'm saying? So, Miss Gibson, I applaud you for all that you went through. And the thing about it is, I know we can't make movies of everybody, but we damn sure can try to make movies of them. Because I'm telling you this right now, anybody that's the first or something, they need to make movies of. They need to figure it out and get it done. Because there's so much history within the United States of African Americans be the first to do something. We're just touching. We're just touching it. We're touching just a little taste of it with Jackie Robinson, um, with Bill Russell, with Ernie Davis. Um, and the thing about it is that sometimes those people don't get their roses until they're gone, because they don't want no controversy about the movies that they're making. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if, if there's a movie about Bill Russell coming up. Um, don't be surprised if you see a movie of the Celtics in the starting Black Five coming up. Don't be surprised if you see a movie about Chuck Cooper. Don't be surprised for those types of things, because those types of things that's going to come to arise, because it's history, and it's some history that a lot of people don't know nothing about. So we're just trying to educate you on where African Americans fell into this melting pot, what we call the United States of America. Because again, without us here, this country is never built. This country was built on our sweat off our brows and off our backs of our ancestors. So again, I thank you, uh, Miss Gibson. It's weird that you're doing her. I'm doing Aura Bell Washington, Mo. And Aura Bell was born 1899, and she passed away December 21st, 1971. Was American athlete from Germantown neighborhood in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Whoop 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 whoop. PA baby. Washington excelled in both tennis and basketball. She was probably one of the first what they call them the double sports. What they call them more not come on. What did we consider Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson?
Two sport athletes.
Two sports, yeah. There you go. Two sport athletes. I couldn't think of it.
It's not like decathlon or anything.
She was probably the first female two-sport athlete. Washington excelled in both tennis and basketball, and she was inducted in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2009. Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame 2018. Black newspapers referred her as Queen Aura and Queen of Two Courts. Ain't that something? According to Arthur Ashe, she may have been one of the best tennis players of all time. Aura was an American athlete, like I said, from Germantown, Pennsylvania. She got in the Hall of Fame. Her tennis career. Shortly after her older sister Georgia died of tuberculosis, Washington found a home away from from home in a WYMCA that had opened in 1918 to serve black members of the Germantown neighborhood. Washington began playing tennis on the court there in the early 1920s. In 1924, she went to win the Wilmington, Delaware City Championship in single doubles and mixed doubles. The following year, she defeated the reigning national African-American single champion, Adosa Channels. She won the first national title in 1925 in lieu of Ballard at the National Doubles Tournament of the All-Black American Tennis Association, which she would continue to win for the next 11 years. After moving to Chicago in 1929, Washington won the first singles championship the same year, and then she defeated Frances Giddens in 3 sets. She won the title 7 more times by 1937. On her tennis court, Washington's presence loomed larger to opponents than a 5'7" frame, 135 pounds. Biography has noted that she favored a unconventional tennis player style. A right-hander, she held the racket in the middle of the grip, choking on like a baseball bat. She also referred brief warm-ups sessions before matches, saying, "I'd rather play for scratch and warm up as I'm doing." Opponents and fans describe Washington as a strategic and physically strong player, nothing to intimidate or competitive over her head play. Tennis great Arthur Ashe credited his foot speed honed during her basketball play as one of the greatest strengths of the court. In 1938, Washington announced she planned to retire from singles tennis because she was still dominating competition, actively playing doubles and mixed doubles. She questioned her decision in an interview with a Baltimore Afro-American in summer 1939. She explained, "It does not pay to be a national champion too long. It's the struggle to be one. It's the struggle to be one that counts. Once arrived, everybody wants to take it away from you, and you are the object of many criticism." Washington remained focused and professional about her work on the courts and relatively quiet and plain off the court. Her blue-collar rural style made a contribution to her lower visibility among Black elite tennis players. Following Washington's single retirement, Flora Lomax of Detroit, Michigan, won the singles title in 1938. In contrast to Washington, Lomax quickly earned a reputation as a glamour girl of tennis for her strong fashion sense of friendship with icons such as Joe Louis. In basketball, she played United States Law Tennis Association tournament. The organization maintained policy on racial segregation in 1948. After Washington had retired from tennis, Washington retired completely from sports in the 1940s. After she and George Stewart defeated Walter Johnson and upcoming star Althea Gibson to win the 1947 ATA mixed double title. Johnson was later quoted saying, "Earl would have beaten Althea if she hadn't retired." Thank you for that. Her honors: she's in the Temple Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame. She's in the WNBA Color Hall of Fame. She's in Women Basketball Hall of Fame in Knoxville, Tennessee. She's inducted into Basketball Hall of Fame in 2018. In July 31st, 2019, a statue inspired the Washington title MVP was added to Smith Playground, Philadelphia Fairmount Park. So thank you, Aura, for being who you was in this world of sports for us as females. Great job, man. I tell you, this Women's Month, man, is educating me on a whole lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff that I didn't know or realize.
It sounds like we got to do Serena.
Yeah.
I'll take Venus. I'll say why Venus is better. Okay, I ain't gonna win that one.
All right, Mo. What's your bracket look like, bro? What's your bracket look like?
What bracket? I didn't do one this year. It would probably be better if I did.
So
this is
terrible. My bracket. I'm 160th out of 320 in round 32. The maximum points I could have is 1,130. Total points I have right now is 410. I'm ranked 3.3 million. But But this is 83%.
How many points you got? I got 360.
I got 360.
I got 410.
Okay, see, that tells you how bad.
I am.
So, Mo, if we look in the South region, what was the most surprising upset that you saw?
Why we got to start this out? Mm-hmm. I had my alma mater going to the going to the final.
Who, Virginia?
Yeah.
ACC.
It ain't about the ACC, bro. It's all about the It's all about my alma mater. But you know, I love them and NC State. Both of them went out in the first round. I had NC State going to the round of 32. We're going into the Sweet 16.
ACC. That's all.
You know what? Whatever. They went further than North Carolina.
The ACC will mess it up for you all the time. And I like Virginia. That's the only team in the ACC I like. But I don't know what's going on with them, man. They questioned the coach. They won a title. They got knocked out the year before last, I think it was. They won the title last year, or the year before. But for some reason, they can't get past that first round. And they always say the first round is probably the hardest round to get around. You know what I'm saying? And Duke ended up winning the ACC tournament, right? Because Virginia got knocked out by Duke, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So they had some rest. And my thing is, why get rest? You're gonna get rest when you get in the tournament. You're not gonna play every night. You're gonna play every other night, maybe 2 nights, whatever nights, whatever gonna play. But in this bracket here, to me, I think the most surprising team to me had to be Princeton. I haven't really watched them play. I watched them play a little bit against Missouri, and they control that game from beginning to end. I think the game between them and Creighton is going to be really good. I think Alabama is going to. I don't think they'll have any problems against San Diego State. In that bracket. Okay, if we go to the Midwest, which is across from them guys, the team that surprised me the most, even though they didn't get far, even though they didn't get out of the bracket, I got to say Penn State, because I think Penn State played Purdue pretty well for the Big Ten championship, but they just couldn't get past Texas. And that game was close. It was 71-66. So Penn State got something that they can build on. Mo, what you got for the Midwest?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it
this way.
I had Purdue playing Kansas. It don't even matter, bro.
It don't even matter anymore. It don't even matter anymore.
It don't even matter.
Okay. So we're gonna move that.
I mean, what am I gonna say? I got Houston winning the Midwest, so I got a chance. I got a chance in that one.
So we got the East.
I had Purdue, so I'm out. Kansas in the West, I'm out.
I had Purdue losing to Memphis. So Memphis and Tennessee, I had Purdue losing to Memphis. I had Tennessee going for it. So Tennessee is still in the runnings for me against FAU. I think the most surprised team to me, I gotta say Kansas State. Because nobody really saw. I mean, even though they're a third seed, I don't know. Was that the Big 12 they're in? Is that the Big 12?
I think so.
Yeah, Big 12 is not known for basketball for real. So I'm kind of surprised at them. I think Michigan Michigan State has a better coach. I think that's going to be a really good game. I think Tennessee is going to handle FAU pretty confident too. The West. I mean, so in the East, who was your surprise team that you didn't think was going to do well?
You said in the East or the West?
The East.
I actually was happy with. I picked Tennessee to go all the way to the Elite Eight. So I'm actually doing well there. But the team that really surprised me the most was actually Michigan State.
Michigan State.
The way they just manhandled Marquette, it was just like, okay. I thought they were gonna lose to USC. I thought USC was gonna beat them.
I thought USC was gonna beat them.
So they're playing good ball now.
I had USC beating them too. But I think though Michigan State plays really good defense, and they struggle on offense, but their defense makes their offense. In the West, I got my UCLA Bruins. I had them going up against Kansas, and I'm gonna say the reason why I like Kansas a little bit because my man JoJo White came from there. Number one, number two, very good friend of mine, Freddie. Coaches. He coaches. He's on the coaching staff of the Kansas team. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a light-skinned guy with a bald head. He looked like he could be white, but he's not white. He is black. Believe it or not, he's a black guy. But his grandfather lived 2 doors from me. They grew up in New York, I think, and he went into. I think he went to the Navy or something like that. And I said he ended up going some kind of way. He coached with the Navy. They ended up at Kansas City, so he's been in Kansas City for a while. So he's doing a great job there. I gotta say Arkansas. I didn't think Arkansas was gonna play that well against Kansas because Kansas kept pulling away. Arkansas kept pulling up to them. Kansas kept pulling away. Then Arkansas came pulling up. At the end of the day, Arkansas went 72-71. I'm gonna tell you this though, man. Out of this tournament, I think whoever made the bracket they was on point. They really was on point because if you look at what we have a lot of close games. I mean, there's not really a lot of big blowouts for real. You know what I'm saying? And we got to congratulate Rick Pitino. He's going to St. John's at 70 years old. I don't know if he can relate to the kids at 70. Hopefully his coaching staff is going to be younger than him, a whole lot younger than him, to relate to St. John. Georgetown still looking for the coach. There's some out there that said, I know they were looking at my man, what's his name, that played for the Bulls. They got hurt.
I think they
just picked somebody.
Who was it? I know I can't remember the guy's name, but I know they wanted Williams.
Ed
Cooley.
Yes. Okay, that name there. That's the one I saw. Is that did he already sign with them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they hired him today.
Okay. Because I know Williams' name was out there a lot going to Georgetown, but people saying, "Yo, go ahead for the job, go for the job." And I don't know if he interviewed or if he didn't go for the job. Ashton Bell, hello, how you doing? Thanks for watching our show. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll answer them if we can about anything that you want to talk about. But Ashton Bell just hit us up and said hello. I think it was on YouTube. So in the West, who was your best in the West? No.
I had Kansas. So, but the best team I see right now, I would say I like the way Gonzaga is playing, even though they struggle with TCU. I think they're gonna beat you. I think they're gonna beat you UCLA.
Yeah, I think so too. I really think, and I'm kind of excited to see Gonzaga play because I want to see how this big man adapts to going to the pros because he's going to get drafted because he plays an old style down in the paint type of guy. He doesn't shoot the three that often. I don't know if he's going to shoot the three when he gets to the pros, but I want to see how he transitions from college to the pro game because again, the paint guy ain't the guy no more for the NBA. Now, could he change it? He possibly could. He's not a Shaq type of guy, but if he does well there, then coaches are gonna say, you know what? Let's go back to this. This dude's doing an excellent job. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to the center in the paint in the box and let him go to work and be a good. As long as he's a good passer, he can shoot. He can pass the ball out for open shots. We're good. So I'm okay with the Sweet 16. UConn, I'm kind of surprised with that UConn has got this far. St. Mary's, I was really disappointed how St. Mary's played. St. Mary's played like they felt like they didn't belong there. Like UConn was just that much better than them. And I'm like, I don't think so. Again, Arkansas, I think them and UConn should be a good game. And all these games are going to be played on the 23rd. So they got time. That's what I'm saying. They got time to relax and chill. Overall, I have Houston winning it all. I don't know. I don't know who I had them playing against, but Houston going back home to Houston to take care of business. They're on. Okay. So this is what I had. I had Virginia, and I had Kentucky in my Final Four. I had Houston against UCLA in my Final Four, and I got Kentucky. I had Kentucky versus Houston. I didn't put a score in there because it didn't really matter because Kentucky ain't there, so it don't really matter. So if you guys, if anybody out there that's watching the show, let us know what your bracket looked like, because I'm gonna tell you right now, mine was busted from day one. Mine was busted, disgusted, and can't be trusted because the ACC let me down again.
You should. I don't know why you picked UVA. I don't know. At least I got a reason.
At least I got a reason to.
Because they play defense.
They do.
They do.
But they can't hold on to the ball.
They can't hold on to the ball.
They play defense. They're the only team in the ACC to play defense. They're the only team in the ACC play defense, man. I think we got Lou on the line. With Lou, what's going on, brother?
Yes, we do. We're here. I'm here.
All right, how you doing?
All right.
So Mo, we're gonna stick with basketball. If we get to football tonight, we might get to football. But I want this to be about basketball night because, and hopefully we get to. I want to get to Lamar Jackson as well. As far as like the top 10 quarterbacks, hopefully we can get to that somewhere down the line. But I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart, which is the Boston Celtics. And I'm gonna say this right now. Boston, the way you playing right now, you might not get out the first round. I don't know if you're tired.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if people are hurting, not telling nobody nothing. Grant Hill, you were up here with your contract and you wanted what, 14, 15 million or 20 million, whatever you wanted a year, and they're gonna give him 12.
Grant Williams.
You
said Grant Hill.
Grant Williams. Grant Williams is up here at the beginning of the year doing this thing, shooting the lights out the ball. And now he's down here where he talked trash at the game against Cleveland, I think it was, and missed both free throws, could have won the game. Mm-hmm. Then last night or night before last, they ran a play for Jason and Jalen, and he takes a shot and misses it. And I'm like, what is going on here? Then Jason has a chance to tie the game up, and he misses a whole layup. The ball hits the backboard, don't touch the rim. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna say this: what I'm watching right now is too much one-on-one basketball with the Celtics. Get back to passing the ball, playing great defense. Yeah. You're not playing the defense that you need to play. You're not, to me. I don't think there's a team out there other than maybe. I'm gonna say. I think Milwaukee might be a team that could turn it on, turn it off. All right. I don't know about nobody else. I don't think Boston is that good now that they can turn it on, turn it off, because they have big leads and lose them. Yeah. And that's because they shoot a lot of threes. But
I worry about Golden State.
I worry about Golden State like that.
Yeah, but they can't win on the road, so they're not going to have home. Now, I don't know if they are that good. They could turn it on in the playoffs, get playoffs. Say, oh, now we're going to turn it on. I think what they're missing is a big man now, since they got rid of Wiseman. Even though they have the other kid on the team, I don't know if the powers that be see this as a plus or a minus. But I think Draymond Green probably going out of there next year. I don't think he's going to get no deal from him. I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond Green. I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond Green ends up with the Lakers. Just to piss off the Golden State Warriors.
Really? Now?
Just to piss the Golden State Warriors off.
Oh, yeah,
He would do something like that. But the reason why I'm talking about the Celtics, Jaylen Brown says extremely toxic portion of the Celtics fan base does not want players to use the platform. And he has a point. He really has a point. If you go way back, I mean way, way back, not back in the cave days, but back in Bill Russell days. When Bill Russell had a platform, they didn't like him. They did all kind of stuff to his house, messed with his kids. I mean, just did some nasty stuff to him. But these are the same fans who go to the game and cheer for him because they didn't want him to use his platform of being a person that stands up for his rights as a colored man. Jaylen Brown is kind of saying the same thing here. And it's kind of scary for me because I'm trying to think. I'm looking at all the stuff that Jaylen Brown is talking about and going through. And it makes me paranoid to think that this kid might end up leaving Boston. And I've never, as a Celtic fan, I've never seen one player Boston Celtics has ever drafted that has improved every year he come on the court. He does something different that he didn't do the year before. It's like he sits back and he watches his tape and says, okay, what can I improve on? What can make me better? How can I get better? You know, and to me, I think his handling got better than it was last year. I think that his shooting percentage from the three got better. And Mo, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the most consistent Boston Celtic right now since the All-Star break. Right.
Yeah,
but
Tatum is all over the place.
But he's saying that he has a platform that he wants to talk about stuff. And there's some fans that don't like it. Now, I'm gonna say this to the fans out there. If you keep saying racial slurs to him and it doesn't pertain to basketball, and because he has a bad game, and again, I'm saying to you, he's the most consistent basketball player on the Boston Celtics right now since All-Star break, and you're racial slurs at him, what is wrong with you? Because what's going to happen is you're going to make him want to leave Boston. Exactly. You're going to make him want to leave Boston because you're not appreciating what you have right now. And if you're a real diehard fan, then you'll leave that alone. Talk about his basketball game. Don't talk about his personal life. If he played bad, he played bad. Everybody has bad games, but he's the most consistent scorer on the Boston Celtics with the mask on, with the mask off, since All-Star break. So how are you going to say racial stuff to him, which makes no sense to me? You don't do it to Jason Tatum because he's light, bright, damn near white? Go ahead, Mo.
I was going to say to give him a hard time because he chose to have a black mask. They wanted it to be clear.
Oh, man. You know, it is
what it is. You know Boston is.
And the thing about it is, though, the city does have issues, and they're probably getting better. But the thing about it is that what gets me about this is when it got posted on my page, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. And they thought I was going to run away from it. And I said, he's speaking the gospel. You know what I'm saying? His California education is allowing him to speak the gospel because he's not dumb at all. He has a very good education from California, University of California, or California University, whatever you want to call it. He's a very educated man, and he speaks very articulate about the things that he wants to get clear to people. When the riots was going on, during the George Floyd situation, he was right in Atlanta walking with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to hold that against him because he's doing something he thinks is right? Stop with the nonsense, people. Fans, please stop, because I'm telling you what's going to happen. And Jaylen Brown's my dog. He's my dog, right? He is probably my favorite basketball player right now in the Boston Celtics, other than Marcus Smart. I like Jason. I like Jason. Yeah. I mean, I think Jason's cool, but he ain't my dog. He ain't my dog. And if you go back and look at the playoffs, you look at the playoffs last year, you look at the finals now, you know, Jason Tatum came out and said that he hurt his wrist, which was his right wrist or his left wrist, but he shoots right-handed. I get all of that, but again, who was the most consistent player in the playoffs? In the finals, Jaylen Brown. But this is the dude y'all going after, right? And like I said before, why don't you go after Tatum? Is it because he's light, bright, damn near white? What's going on? I need somebody to tell me something because I'm confused.
Don't say anything.
I'm confused.
He don't say nothing.
I'm confused.
He says, "I got to get home." That's all Tatum. That's all Tatum says.
You know what I'm saying? I'm confused because what Jaylen Brown is saying is correct. How do you defend a person that 1 minute cheers for you? If you miss a shot, you gonna dog him? You gonna dog his personal life? You gonna dog? Oh, you can say to him, "Yo, you shot a brick shot." Yeah, but at the same token, if you're a fan, you be like, okay, we'll get him next time. That's me as a Boston Celtics fan. I would never downgrade none of my players. Grant Williams, do not shoot the last shot next time. Get past the ball to somebody else. Period. Right? It's just as simple as that. What did I do? I did something to this page. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? But for the fans, and I'm telling you this right now, Jay Crowder even said, Mo, let's go back to Jay Crowder. When Hayward Gordon came in the stadium and they cheered for him, he on the Utah Jazz. What are you doing, people?
Hey,
you want Jaylen Brown? Hey. You want Jay Crowder to come back?
Hey, don't mess with the white people's hope. He was the second white hope.
Whatever the case may be.
And when they got him, they loved him. And then how long did they keep him for?
And you know, and they talked about him too. They talk. See, that's what I'm saying. They talked about him too. But Jay Crowder had an opportunity to come back to the ball. He said, "I ain't going back there." They cheer for Hayward. They cheer for me, and I'm on the team. I'm trying to get to the NBA Finals. You cheer for a dude, don't you? That at the still when they tried to sign him, he had issues in signing with Boston, even when he did sign with them. And then let's think about what he did when he returned, when time came from the sign again. He left. He still had confirmation that I don't know if I want to really be here. He go to Charlotte. Anybody played in 10 games in the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is right here. Jaylen is the dog of that team. He's Marcus Smart is a dog, but Jaylen is the real dog. He gets it done, people. And I'm telling you right now, leave him alone. Let that man do his job. Let him get paid, because there's rumors out there that he wants to go to Atlanta, where he's from. There's rumors out there that there could be a trade over summertime if they don't get it done, of them trading him. But my thing is, if he's the most consistent player you got on your team, right? If he's an all-star player, right? If he's one of the best defensive players on your team, right? Why are you going to trade him?
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
Mo, talk to me.
The reason that they wanted to trade is because it made sense at the time. At first, him and Tatum couldn't play together. It would be you, then me, then you, then me. They would not move together. Ami got them to move together. He got them to actually play together. And that's why we got to the finals last year. Jaylen is a better player this year. Tatum's about the same. He hasn't really improved as much as I expected him to. But right now we're missing Rob. Because right now we're missing Smart too. Because he's not playing back to back. So the problem is our defense sucks right now. We've had great leads and we're giving up leads. And that's not just on those two not being there. That's on a rookie coach who doesn't know how to take a timeout when needed. He doesn't know how to have rotations that can hold somebody down. Because sometimes it just looks like he's throwing stuff at the wall. I mean, I joked all the time about the Lit Squad. I call them the Lit Squad because they're light skinned. They look like they're Illuminati, and all they want to do is shoot threes. Jason Tatum, Brogdon, Derek White, Petey Pablo, Petey. I said Petey Pablo. Little Petey. Peter Rabbit is what his nickname is. And then you also got Cornette. And even Blake. You can put Blake in there because they all light skinned. Even Grant can be in there. They all light skinned. Only one that can't be in there is Al. He got too much melanin. Smart got too much melanin. So does Rob Williams. And Jaylen. Those are the four that can't be in there. And I forgot Hauser. Hauser be in that lineup all the time. The problem that you have is, and just listen to me on this one. Celtic fans would trade Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown straight up for Lauri Markkanen and Luka. You know why?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But you know what though? If they're looking for the next Larry Bird, he ain't coming. And neither one of them is the next Larry Bird. Now Luka offensively could probably match Larry Bird, but the intensity, the fire that Larry Bird played with, he couldn't even touch him with a 10-foot pole. And Larry Bird played some defense. Luka don't play no defense at all. He's defensive-less. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go back to something what you said about them last year. I think what happened at the end of the season, they started trusting other players because before they wouldn't throw the ball to nobody else but them two. Them two would be the last. They would be the last two to take the last shots. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Missoula's trying to put the Jason Tatum right now in the running for MVP. He's not there yet. He's very inconsistent about his shooting. I think the risk is worse than what he's letting on to be. And I think he should have got surgery once the season's over with. It had healed. You know what I'm saying? It would have healed before the season started. So he would have been fine. You know, so I'm pretty sure that he probably gonna get something done to it after the season. No matter how far in the season they go, especially if they were to end up going to the NBA Finals and winning, he definitely will have to get it fixed because everybody's coming after him. I think what really hurt them too is Gallinari not being able to play, which we talked about that before about internet players that's on in NBA teams playing in international sports, and how like Luka got hurt in international, Gallinari got hurt, and Giannis got hurt. He's still having a problem with that knee. You know what I'm saying? From playing in the international basketball. I mean, I think sometimes you get those guys a bye, or you play that after the season, for the Olympics. If you're gonna do it in the summertime, don't do it before the season starts. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But again, I think getting back to your comment is I think they started trusting everybody. And have they cooled off because at one point they was scoring with 130, 140 points, and they kind of cooled off with the shooting. But that is Brad Stevens's MO is the more you shoot, the more you can make. The more threes you shoot, the more threes that you should make. And sometimes what I like about Jaylen is Jaylen goes in and get that nice two, that high arching two, that dunk. That he don't have to shoot threes all the time. He gets that little layup. He does that little Izzy thing, that sidestep, that European doo-wop layup thing. You know what I'm saying? He got all that going for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say this again, people from Boston. If you keep talking trash to him and he leaves, you can't get mad at nobody but yourself. You better embrace this man because he's gonna make history for the Celtics. If they win a title this year, can you imagine who might want to come with them next year and try to win the title? You know what I'm saying? Because I think the NBA is so wide open right now, that nobody's given to win the title this year, and nobody's given to win the title next year. But if you look at what you got coming back to you and how you can fill the holes that you have, because they're probably going to trade Pritchard at the end of the season. Grant Williams, if the money don't match, they're going to walk away. They already got somebody in mind for Grant Williams when he leaves, so it's not going to be really hard to replace him. And they probably replace him with somebody that's a better shooter than him, and he shoots really well. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to add Gallinari to the team next year, so now you got that shooter that you've been looking for. What I don't like though is like everybody that got bought out. Boston always said, we want them. But they don't go to Boston. Everybody that's a free agent Boston said, I want them, but they never go to Boston. But your boy came from the Pacers. What's his name?
Brogdon.
Brogdon said, yo, it's a good organization to be in. It's like a family. So for him to say that should let people know, yo, let's come here and play. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all about winning games. But again, I'm gonna say this about Jaylen Brown, people. Let that man express what he loves the most. And if it's having a platform and talking about black history, the depression of Black Americans and people of color. Let him do that, because that's his right to do that in the United States of America. We fought for that right. So let him say whatever he gotta say, and let him say. And if you don't like it, don't listen to it. It's simple as that. Anything else, Mo?
I just want to see us. I think we're going to finish in third. I don't think we're going to catch Milwaukee or whatchamacallit. And that's what I told people during the season, that it's probably going to be third. Because I knew we'd have fall off because we never stay healthy. I care more about getting Mark healthy, getting Rob Williams healthy, before the postseason starts, and just roll over everybody. I don't think we need home field. I just think home court rather. I think we just need to be better. That's all.
I think we need to get every team. I think we can beat every other team other than Milwaukee and not have home court advantage. I don't know. I think we really need that. But then if you go back and you look at the game that we played against them in double overtime, or I think it was double overtime, and Jason, Jalen, and a bunch of them guys didn't play, and the bench played. That to me put a feather in the cap, and maybe that's why there's wrestling guys right now, and it don't really matter because they're in third right now. They're tied with the Sixers, 2.5 games out of first place. But we know we got the tiebreaker with the Sixers, so it don't really matter for real. If we end up with the same record, we know we got home court advantage with them. But it was something else I was gonna say too. But I think that with the game against Milwaukee said a lot for that team and how good that team can really be. And that's why I think a lot of times we watch this team turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. They got what, six games left, I think it is. 6-7 games left. I was gonna try to go see them play Washington. But I think I'm gonna leave it alone for right now, because if the way it's starting to look like that game is not gonna really matter at that point. But again, go ahead, Mo.
They got 11. The Bucks got 11. We got 9. No, we got 10 games left.
Okay. So I must have missed some. I was looking at. I must have missed some games.
And Philly has 12.
And Philly has 12. Philly has 12.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
Okay.
let that man say whatever he want to say to whoever he want to say it to, and deal with it. Next up, Mo. Me, you, and Lou, we going out. We gonna party like it's 1999 again. But somebody's acting up, so that means that we can't party as much as we want to party no more. So that means we go to a nice city like Miami, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, Charlotte. What else we got? Orlando, Dallas. What else we got? Denver, Utah. We go to them places. We gotta leave early because one person don't know how to act. You know what that one person is, man? You want to take a guess?
Ja Morant.
Absolutely. Ja Morant. Really, dude. And Mo, when we talked about this earlier in the show, remember I said, yo, he's gonna get a slap on the wrist because he didn't want him to be the model citizen for the NBA. And this is all too good for him, because what's going to happen is he's going to come back and say, I've been through all of this and I'm right here. I'm still playing basketball. I'm still going to be the face of the NBA, or one of the faces of the NBA. I'm just going to be that guy that I know how to act. Yo, it's more to this and what's going on. Because how is it that they said Memphis Grizzlies have decided to leave road cities like Miami immediately after game? What's going on, really? What's going on, really?
Oh, we know what's going on. Just like going to Atlanta. You get them wings. Them Lou hot, what they call them? Lou lemon pepper wings? Yeah, Lou. Thank you, Lou.
Don't mention it.
Oh my goodness.
Look, we ain't talking about you, bro. We ain't talking about you.
Yeah. But you know what? This is the thing, though. Okay, right? You got a dad that sound like he partied with his son. I can't. Now I'm gonna say this. Me and my son have been out drinking, right? My son can't really drink, right? My daughter, we really ain't been out like that. And my daughter don't drink either, right? And so I'm not gonna let my child get drunk in front of me. No way, no how, no shape, no form. Nah, you're done drinking. But no, even though you're 21 years old, you're done drinking. Wait, this is not gonna happen. So I think if that's a part of what's going on with him, his dad start being his dad. Start saying no, even though you mean yes. Start saying yes when you really mean no. Because what you're doing is you're hurting his sellability to the world as far as Campbell Soup commercials, basketball sneakers. You know, this dude is doing what he's doing, and he still got a Nike contract. My man Kyrie Irving put something out there about Semitism or whatever it was, and now he's the scum of the earth, and the dude that owns Amazon is Jewish, and he's still selling the damn video or the movie, but nobody's talking about that thing. But now Ja Morant still got sneakers. I like Ja Morant. I think he's really excited for the basketball. I think he's really excited for the NBA. But my thing is now, because it's you, bro, I can't party in the cities that we want to go party in because you can't hold your liquor, or you can't figure out how not to show a gun at a knife fight. Right. What is going? That's what I'm saying, Mo. I said to you guys earlier, I said it's more to it than what the story's been told, and the NBA is not going to tell. I'm gonna tell you this right now. He better be glad that David Stern is not the commissioner. Thank God. Because my thing is, the gun that he had in Utah, it was Utah, right? Was it Utah or Denver? Denver? Utah? I can't remember. Utah is different. It was Denver. Okay, so he had the gun in Denver. So what did he do? Go to the gun store and buy a gun? You gotta wait. You gotta pay. You gotta wait to get the approval to see that you can carry a gun. From 1, 2. Did somebody in the club give him a gun? Did one of his handlers give him a gun? I think he took the gun with him on the plane. And because they drive in private jets now, you don't check their baggage. For sure. That's the thing that's, and if you haven't heard anything else from Denver or Utah police about this, it's because they got hush-hush money. I wonder how much they got paid. I bet they got paid nice. I bet them dudes riding around in brand new Cadillacs and SUVs and got bling bling all over it everywhere, you know. And if there's a person that in the bar that gave him the gun that did this thing right here, he was an idiot. I'm gonna tell you straight up, you're an idiot. Ja Morant, you got to be better than that. I don't think I said to you, and we talked about it before. I said, Ja Morant, you got to be better. This is when the situation that happened with the kid, with the basketball, when he took you on the basketball court and probably made you look bad, and then you come out with a gun in your pants pocket. Ja Morant, you're not built like that. You had both parents. You lived in a city that had maybe 100,000 people or whatever the case may be. Your mom, you know, you had a grandmom in your life, and you had all the ingredients in your life that most average people don't have in their life. That some of us don't have a father, some of us don't have a mother. You had both of them, and you had grandparents. You had people around you that cared about you, that loved you, that nourished you, that made sure that you did the right things. You went to the right school. You did all the things you had to do in order to get where you're at. But then you turn around and you do this. I mean, and I'd say to people, you're 23 years old. Some people, like Mo said, it doesn't matter. Because, and I'm saying this, I don't know what it is to be 23 years old and live in this world. Because at 23 years old, I was carrying a rifle. I was running 3 miles, anywhere from 3 to 5 miles every other day. I was serving Uncle Sam. So my 23-year-old was completely different than the average 23-year-old. You know what I'm saying? But again, to me, I think he's still young in the mind, and he had a lot of people around him that was yes men. Yeah, go ahead and do that, man. Yeah, go ahead and have fun. You know what I'm saying? But now your teammates are suffering because they can't go and get no lemon pepper wings. They can't go to South Beach and get a Slurpee at South Beach because they got the soon. Yo, can you imagine? Yo, Mo, look, this how it go. Y'all guys got 5 minutes to take a shower, get on the bus. Your bags are already packed from the hotel. We're not going back to the hotel. We're going straight to the plane. And that's it. If you want to come to South Beach, you got to come in on vacation.
Say what?
And they looking at John Morant like, yo, dude, really? You really? This is what you causing us to do? It's a yo. What do you say to the dude, man? He got an 8-game suspension for what he did. The truth will never be told until later on down the life about what really happened. And I love this kid, man. I think he is so exciting. I think he's so good for basketball. I really do. I think he could be the face of basketball going forward because it's just that exciting type of player. He reminds me of 2.0 Westbrook. Up and down the court, there he goes. He plays so hard. He just made a mistake. Some people want to say, Mo, if you're a teammate, what you gonna say?
Trade me.
I'm trying to have fun when I'm in the NBA, bro.
Trade me. One of us got to go. One of us got to go.
Lou, what you gonna say to your teammate? You gonna say to your teammate when he don't allow you to go places and do things you want to do at other cities that have like hot spots? Yo, just think about this. If Vegas gets if Vegas gets a basketball team, you know it's gonna be a West Coast team. So that means they get to go to Vegas 2, 3 times, and they can't party in Vegas. Oh, you know they're gonna be hotter than fish grease.
Oh, they certainly are. I mean, what is coming to this? You know, okay. What's coming to now?
All right, guys, let's move on. Enough of John Morant. John Morant, I love you though. I love you, John Morant. I'm not saying nothing bad about you. I'm just talking to you as a friend, as a fan. You got to do better. I think you learned your lesson. You got to do better. If alcohol's part of your diet, stop it. Don't do it. No, Gulliver. No. Next up, who do you guys think can score 100 points right now in the NBA? The way this offense is flowing and the way they're shooting the ball, who do you think could score 100 points? Lou, you got one person in mind you think can score 100 points?
100 points? Well, that's hard to come by. But I'll say Booker.
Okay, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. Mo, who you got?
$1 all day.
Okay. Now these are my 6. These are my 5 with 2 wild cards. I got Trae Young because this dude shoots the lights out the ball. I got Dame because he shoots the lights out the ball. I got Steph Curry because he shoots the lights out. Now, those 3, and I'm going to add Booker into that as well, but I'm going to add Booker into a different category. Donovan Mitchell, I got him in that category. And I got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum that could do it. Now, Trae Young, Damian, Steph, and Devin shoots the ball up 2 steps over half court and makes it. That's easy. It's not as easy. It's not really easy to do, but it's easy because nobody plays defense on you at that point in time. So I think that those guys can definitely get it done because they are unique in how they shoot the basketball. Damian Lillard, I think, can definitely do it. I watched him play against the Celtics the other night. He had 17 points in the third quarter and ended with 41 points overall. Yo, the dude can shoot anywhere on the floor. his shot, and I feel sorry for him, man, because he's stuck in Golden State. He's stuck in Portland. They talking about firing this coach. He just been in what, 1 year? Chelsea been in 1 year. They talking about firing the coach. So this year, the Portland, I think they're in the play-in game. But if they don't make some changes in Portland, I think Dame's at the point now he's going to ask for a trade. But this dude really can get it done. I think Steph can get it done too, but Steph got to be on fire. Dame is on, man.
Yeah.
Look, if you think about this, if he makes 15 threes, that's 40. That's what that's 15 times 3 is what, 45?
45.
45.
That's 45 points right there.
45.
Let's say he goes to the line. Let's say he makes that's 45. Let's say he goes to the basket and gets fouled at least 7 times. And let's just say they're all and-ones. That's 14.
21.
21.
So he's at 60, with that 60?
66.
66, right? So he's 66 points away. He's 66 points, so he got to figure out how we're going to get the other 34 points from. I think you got to put overtime in there. I don't think you can do it in regulation. I think there might be, if you can put in the overtime game.
Right.
Overtime, there's a possibility.
Well, you need to put one other person in there.
Put one other person in there.
Who?
Clay.
Remember,
Clay had 64 out of 3 quarters.
64 out of 3 quarters.
Didn't even play the fourth.
I
don't think there's any hotter shooter than him. When he gets hot, I don't think there's anybody that gets hotter than him.
That's a good point, Clay. I throw Clay in there. I throw Clay in there. But man, but the thing about it is, if we think about this really, the 100 points was a mark that we felt like nobody could ever touch again. We feel like that would never happen ever again in the NBA. We felt like we know that Bill Russell, 13 championships, 11 championships in 13 years, will probably never be touched. Okay? Probably never be touched. We thought Hank Aaron's record would never be broke. We thought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record would never be broke. And technically, I still say that's not broke because Kareem didn't shoot the 3. 3 wasn't prevalent when Kareem came in the game. I'm not gonna say anything about college because back then college you went for 4 years. LeBron came out college before 4 years, before he even went to college. So if you would take the college part of it, you take the college part away and you go and say, okay, to me, Wilt Chamberlain averaged this amount of money. I mean, average this amount of points a year, and you take that and you put that in the 4 years that he's in college, okay, and then see where that sets him at. And then if you want to throw in the 3-pointers for LeBron, so be it. We can do that. We can do that because then you get down. I feel like okay, we're even there. But again, nobody saw this coming. You know, they already talking about if Jason Tatum stays in 20 years and he averages what he's averaging right now, or a little bit above or below, he could break the record. I don't see it happening. Luka said, man, I ain't staying in the NBA that long. What's wrong with you? I got to enjoy that money. Joker said, I'm not going to do it either. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that Damian can do it because he's on a team that allows him to flow like that. I think Trae Young is a team that allows him to flow like that. I think that Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Klay Thompson, I think those guys in the flow. They're on a team that got that flow. Now, I think with Kevin Durant being with Phoenix now, Devin Booker probably can't do it. Because KD gonna have the ball in his hand. But everybody we're talking about is the dominant player on their team. Trae Young dominant. Damian Lillard dominant. Steph Curry probably dominant. Donovan Mitchell dominant. Jason and Jalen, they're the most dominant ones. But if I had to pick one or the other, I'll probably have to go with Jalen, because how consistent he is at shooting the basketball. Klay could be the dominant guy because Klay, if he's shooting well, Steph Curry gonna step aside and say, yo, go ahead and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But we never having this conversation right now. We like, nah, we're not gonna have this conversation because it don't make sense. We're not gonna, because ain't nobody gonna break it. But right now we're looking at somebody, we just came up with 7 names, 8 names, 9, 10 names right now that we think that could break that record going forward. Maybe not this year, but next year, because you know the offense is going to get better. Even though they're going to might change some things about the defense, they might bring hand checking back in. But my thing is though, who wants to play? Who wants to play a guy at the foul line? I mean, at the half court line. Ain't nobody gonna play him. And they take 2 steps over and shoot the ball. It go. I mean, it's not like it hit the rim. It's not like it hit the back of the backboard. They hit nets. I mean, it's a down. It's a down. You know what I'm saying? So that takes a special type of talent to do what those guys do, and I love it. I mean, it's good for basketball and it's bad for basketball because we already know that basketball is entertainment now. It's not a sport, and I'm getting mad about that. I don't even talk about it right now. We're gonna talk about that subject later on down the line. Why should sports be considered entertainment, not be a sport anymore? We're gonna talk about that. Why? Because it's all about the money dollar. You guys got any other comments on what I'm saying right now?
I think the hard part about it is you have 2 guys that scored 71 this year.
71 this year.
Mitchell was gassed. Game, he was probably gassed. So you're probably gonna have to go over double overtime because it's just so much and so many shots you gotta take. I mean, the easiest person to do it would probably be a big man. If Embiid lived the post.
Embiid could do it. I think he could be a guy.
I think that's the only way because you gotta live in the post. Or you gotta shoot threes. You gotta hit like 20, 25 threes.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be on fire to do that. All right. Yeah. Sorry guys. Any other comments on that? Okay, next up, let me see what we got going on. We might be able to get, what time is it? 8:14. We might be able to get to let's see. We might be able to get to some football. Yeah, I think we might be able to get some football. Next up, guys, is the MVP race. MVP race is up next, guys. Mo, who you got in the lead for the MVP? Wait, first of all, let me ask you a question. How many players you got right now in the MVP race? And who's your 1, 2, and 3? If it's 3 guys, or if it's 4 guys or 5 guys, who's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever?
All right, so making sure we are
talking about the NBA.
So gotta be 3 in a row. I mean,
3 in a row. You
gotta go with Jokic. Giannis ain't playing, so I can't put him in there. I will put Embiid as second because they want 9 out of 10. So I got to put him second. I still got to put Tatum third because Boston is still doing well, even though Jaylen Brown is picking up. Still got to put him third. Luka had a great season until Kyrie got traded there. I don't know what in the world happened there. So those would be my top 3.
Well, you gave me 4.
No. I wasn't saying Luka. I was saying Luka would be my 4th before the Kyrie trade. He would have been in my top 3 before Tatum.
Okay. Lou, who you got?
I got Luka. I got the Joker. And I'll go Booker again. He's a really great player. I mean, Devin Booker. Yeah.
I don't know how many games Booker played this year.
Or Joel Embiid.
Okay, Embiid. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with 3 right now, and I'm gonna give you some stats. I averaged 31.4 points a game, 11 rebounds. I played 31 minutes. I'm not gonna tell you how many games we won because then you know what it is. I played at 55 games. That's one person. Okay. I averaged 24.8 points a game. I got 11 rebounds, 9 assists. I played in 63 games. I'm averaging 33.5 points a game, 10 rebounds, playing 34.8 minutes a game. I played in 57 games. So let me ask Mo. I played in 63 games, 24.8 points. I averaged 24.8 points a game. I have 11 rebounds and 9.9 assists. Who am I?
That's Jokic.
Okay, you're correct. And I know we gave that away, the assist.
Almost, yeah, because he's close to a triple.
to a triple. Yeah. I played in 57 games. I averaged 33.5 points a game, 10.2 rebounds a game, and I averaged 34.8 minutes a game. Who am I?
That's Embiid.
Okay.
And the first one was 31.
The first one was 31 and 11.
And I averaged 31.4 points a game, 11.9 rebounds a game. I averaged 31.4 minutes. Who am I?
I didn't think Tatum had that
I
many
didn't think
rebounds.
Tatum had that many rebounds.
But I thought it was Tatum.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's close to it, but he didn't have 11 rebounds.
He didn't have 11 rebounds.
31 points.
31 points, 11 rebounds.
I don't know.
That's Giannis.
See, I don't take it because he's been out so long.
But he's played 55 games though.
Yeah.
He played 55. Joker has played 63. Embiid played 57. The difference though, Joker is averaging. Joker has I want to say he has is it 10 double doubles this year? I think triple doubles. I'm not for sure. I couldn't. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. And something distracted me to do something else. But I'm gonna say this right now. I think Embiid should have won it last year. I think the reason why Embiid didn't win it last year is we made the comment that nobody likes Philly, and that's far from the truth. I think the Philadelphia 76ers is a likable team. Go ahead, Mo.
You know I can't stand Philly.
I can't stand Philly.
Until they make another athlete make it rock. I'm not liking Philly. You know we do this every show. You come with a real athlete, then we can talk.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Come on, Philly. Come at me. Come on. Bring the callers. Bring the callers.
All of this right here is basketball. We're gonna leave that alone to next week. But I'm gonna say I think Embiid should have won last year, and I think that his comment saying nobody likes Philly hurt him with the writers because Philadelphia is a likable team. Okay, Embiid's a likable guy. And they got all the ingredients of a team that's likable. Now the only problem with Philly is they can't beat the Celtics when it counts. That's the only problem with Philadelphia.
Right.
But me personally, Embiid is getting it in right now, man. They're 9-1 in the last 10 games. Giannis's guys are 7-3 in the last 10, and the Joker is 5-5 in the last 10. So Denver got some issues going on with them, and they're still in first place. Giannis, those guys won 16 games in a row, and that pushed them to be in first place. And for them to win 16 in a row, that has to say something about them to win that 16 in a row because, again, they played some really good teams on that 16-row period, but guess who knocked them off? The Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers are 9-1 in the last 10. So I'm going with Embiid this year. Even though I don't like the Sixers, I gotta give credit where credit is due. The guy's really balling right now. He's getting it in. He's doing what he gotta do to help the team win. And they got Philly. Philly has to be all in right now. I think Philadelphia should have made some more moves before the All-Star break because they're still missing something. They're still missing a consistent shooter that they need because if they get a consistent shooter other than Maxey on the team, then I think they can challenge the Boston Celtics if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or they play each other. Because for the simple fact that Boston matches up well against Philly. Philly doesn't match up well against them because Boston has shooters. Everybody on their team can shoot the three. Marcus, Jalen, Jason, Al Horford. Who's the fifth man? Robert Williams, the only one that can't shoot the three. And that makes me mad because he don't even shoot the ball at all. He reminds me of Kendrick Perkins all the time.
I'm sorry. If you can throw it down on somebody's head, on Embiid's head, that's all that matters. That's what we're missing right now. We have no inside game on defense or offense.
I get that. I get that part of it. But again, when he gets the ball outside the key or at the three-point line, he's setting a pick and he's going to pass the ball off. So what happens is the defender sacks off of him because they know he's not going to shoot the ball. And sometimes Robert Williams just shoot the damn ball. If you make it, if you miss it, you miss it. But just shoot it because now the defense is like, oh, I need to come out. If let's say he makes it, the defense said, oh man, I gotta come out and play defense on him. Now that leaves the paint wide open. But if you don't shoot the ball, he reminds me of Skinny Perkins because Perkins used to do the same thing. Mo, you know it. He would not shoot that elbow jumper to save his soul. He would not shoot the elbow. I can't hear you, Mo.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
I was saying you want Amir Johnson back. 50% from three-point line, but it take him 8 seconds to shoot.
But that's okay. He made it though. He made it. He makes
50%.
You know what I'm saying? 50%. You know what I'm saying? He made though. So that's my thing though. But right now, like I said, Philly is balling out, man. You got to give them guys credit where credit's due. And I'll be honest with you, as a Southern fan, I'm scared of everybody in the East right now. I'm scared of the Knicks, the Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, the Sixers, the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm scared of everybody that's in the playoffs because we struggle against everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? New York and Cleveland, like they got our number. And basically, what all it is what people are finding out is right now, when Boston punches you in the mouth, you got to put your mouthpiece back in and go back at them. And if you watch that Brooklyn game, when they was up by 27 points, they came back and beat them because they just kept going back at them, shooting the ball, making shots, doing whatever. And we want to play no defense, but that's getting away from the topic of what I'm talking about. But again, I think Joel Embiid is the dude right now. It's his to lose. It's his to lose. Now, the problem I have is that I just don't like the MVP for the regular season. I think the MVP should roll over to the playoffs because now if you make the playoffs, and if you don't make the playoffs, you can't be the MVP. Because we know right now that the season nobody cares about the season. They care about the playoffs. So once you get in the playoffs, if you got 4 guys that's going for the MVP in the playoffs and you knock one of them out, okay, you're not getting to the finals. So you're not even gonna get it, no matter what your numbers are, because your numbers don't show, your numbers didn't step you up the next level, because we know when you get to playoffs, numbers come down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They come down a little bit, but your number, but a real superstar steps his numbers up as he gets higher and higher and higher to that championship level. A lot of times we see guys, numbers decrease. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I would love to see the NBA do that. Okay, that way you ain't got to worry about the MVP being on the team that sucks. That means Joker won't get the MVP again this year because they may not get to the finals. You know what I'm saying? They may not get to the finals. They may get in the playoffs, but once they get knocked out, that eliminates you from being the MVP. We're talking about the most valuable player on the team. And we know that 82 games don't prove who's the most valuable player on the team. Because next year, if things go the way they wanted to go, they're going to get away. They're going to have less and less back-to-backs. They're going to have more time off. They still going to have the same amount of games. And it's not going to it's going to matter because now they're saying you got to play so many games to win so many awards. So that's going to factor in who you play, who you don't play. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts right there with the MVP. But again, I got Joel Embiid getting this thing right here this year. I would love to see him get it. Philadelphia 76ers need something to cheer about, even though they're not going to win the title, because they're just not built for it. I mean, they're playing good basketball right now, but we know in the crunch time, if they got to play the Celtics, they're not going to beat the Celtics because they don't match up well with the Celtics. They got to go out there and punch the Celtics in the mouth. Bam. That's what they got to do. And the sad part about it, it's been that way for the longest time. Ever since I've been a Southern fan, I think Sixers been to 2 NBA. The Sixers been to 1 NBA championship. they've been to 2. They lost and they won 1. And then the Sixers went again with Iverson and they lost. They ain't been back since. And sometimes the road they leads back to the Celtics, and which they know they just can't. They can't beat them. I don't know. Any comments or concerns on this one?
Says Marcus Smart.
Says Marcus Smart.
Joel Embiid.
It's been over.
So do you guys know? Do you guys think there anybody else? I don't think Tatum's in the run-ins. To be honest with you, he's fizzing out. I think he needs to. Yeah. He needs to concentrate on winning games and just playing team basketball. So right now, I just see those 3 guys. I would throw Dame in there, but the team's not winning, man. They might not make the playoffs.
We gotta win.
Exactly. All right. So that's that for basketball. Anything else, guys? We got about half. We're right at 8:30 right now. Anything else you guys got? Anything else? Okay. So let's talk a little football here. Roger Goodell signs a multi-year extension to remain as NFL commissioner. Now I'm gonna say this. Roger Goodell is right around. I think he's 63 years old. Most all the commissioners they retire at 65. I want to know how much doggone money they gave this man, because it don't say it on this piece of paper. It don't say nothing about how much he's getting paid. Can somebody find out? Mo, can you find out how much he's getting paid for the extension? Because you know he's gonna get paid. You know he's getting paid.
Dude. It says his annual salary right now is $63.9 million.
I can't count that high.
63.9.
And that was what he made in 2021. So you know he got an extension. You know he's making more money. Because think about it. How many times do you hear the owner's name unless they mess up?
So he's getting roughly 5 million. He get 5 million.
Right.
About 5 million. No, it's not a month. That's wait a minute. How much?
He's making over $5 million a month.
My 5 million a month.
Almost 5.5.
Yeah, almost 5.5.
Yo, let me go. Let me mute myself.
Wow.
Let me mute myself real quick because my mouth.
You went into the wrong career.
Wow. Just to be a crooked commissioner, $5 million. Yo, that's crazy, man. That's great. But he's 63 years old, so he got 2 more years left. They're probably looking for a successor coming up soon. They did mention a couple black athletes or some black guys that's in the role underneath him, maybe being a commissioner. I don't think so because he ain't with the good old boy system. That's not going to happen. Go ahead, Mo.
They're gonna start out the black at 2
million.
Yo,
he gonna have to work his way up.
Hold up. I don't know what I did with this, but I want to talk on Michael Jordan real quick. All right, so we know that Michael Jordan's talking about selling majority of the ownership to somebody else. He's already showed some minor ownership to somebody else. Do you guys think that Michael Jordan is doing this because he doesn't understand the financial part of basketball? Or he just did it to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. It's a toy for me. I don't care if we win, if we lose, whatever. I just think that, I don't know.
I think he gets the financial part of it.
Mo? I agree with you, Lou. Mo?
I think he wants that NFL money. I think he wants to own an NFL team. And he wants to be liquid. You need to be liquid to really own an NFL team. So you don't have to have anybody else with you.
So let me ask you a question. What NFL team do you think he's looking at buying?
Good question. Maybe the Dolphins.
Maybe the Dolphins.
Maybe the Bears. Why?
The Bears. The Bears are family owned, right?
Yes, but at the same time, who better to own the Chicago Bears than Michael Jordan? Only one person better would be Dicka.
Nah, I can't see that.
I think it's about time for expansion to the NFL too.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's where I was going to go. I think it could be an expansion team, maybe, if you're looking at expansion team.
And then him and LeBron could actually put together a team. I'm just saying, bro. We always put them against each other. Think about when they put their money together.
Wow. Because somebody, well, the Cleveland Browns owner just bought part of was it baseball? No, baseball. No. What did he bought? He bought something. Some team he bought. Yo, that'd be crazy. But because LeBron said he wants to own the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think if he
he's been there for a while though.
If he doesn't retire soon, I think Vegas is probably the next NBA city. And let's talk about this real quick. So because that was a topic about cities that expansion cities for basketball. So we look at Seattle's definitely going to be one of them. Vegas is going to be the other one. That's two out west. And they're talking about Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Jacksonville, having basketball teams. So, you know, if you got two out west, you're gonna have two on the East Coast too as well. So that, man, look, that could be, they could own either or. They could, somebody, I mean, I think Seattle's already set in stone for real. They're gonna be next team. Next city to get a basketball team. They should never lost their basketball team in the first place. Their team is the Memphis Grizzlies. They playing good basketball. And then I know they even brought up Vancouver. Vancouver tried it once before and it didn't work. Don't go back again. If it didn't work the first time, what makes you think it was make the second? What do you think is gonna make it second time around? So just leave that alone. Leave that alone.
People say that about Seattle too, though.
But the thing about it is, the reason why they left Seattle is because the ownership wanted to leave Seattle. It was more of a money thing for them than because they was being Seattle they had good followership with the basketball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about the fans, it's about the money that the Oklahoma was going to get for them. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I say I think the NBA got it wrong. I think what they should have did was they took Vancouver and moved them to Oklahoma and took let Seattle stay in Seattle. That's why I think they messed up right there. They messed up right there because the Vancouver thing just didn't work out. So get to some football. NFL proposed 20 rules. 20 to 23 season are on the table. The first rule they're going to change is the NFL. The Eagles offered a couple interesting one regarding jersey numbers and the spin on the XFL alternate onside kick. That's something they're going to talk about. By Philadelphia amended Rule 5, Section 1, Article 2 to permit the use of 0 on a jersey to allow kickers and punters to use any jersey number between 0 and 49 or 90 and 99. That's an easy fix. Those are easy fixes. By Philadelphia amend Rule 6, Section 1 to permit a team to maintain possession of the ball after a score for substituting one offensive play, 4th and 20 from the kick for 4th and 20 from the kicking team's 20-yard line for an offside kick attempt. I don't know if that's going to work.
Same thing that they're doing in XFL.
Right.
But they do 4th and 15.
Yeah. By the NFL charges amends Rule 4, Section 6, Article 3, and Section 7, Article 4 to make adjustment of the play clock following an instant replay reversal consists with one timeout remaining consistent on the one timeout rule reversal consistent on other time rules. I don't get that one. You get that, Mo? I don't get that one.
Yeah, say it again, though. Let me hear it again.
Okay. By the Los Angeles Chargers amends Rule 4, Section 6, Article 3, and Section 7, Article 4 to make the adjustment of the play clock following an instant replay reversal consist with other timing rules. I don't know what that is.
Makes it consistent. That means that they're trying to. That means that they're not going to reset the play clock to 25 seconds. They're going to probably, if they do it, they're going to still give it the same time that it was left when they started their review.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me.
By Detroit.
Yeah, okay. I get
Amends Rule 15, Section 3, Article 9 to expand the coaches' challenge system to include personal fouls called on the field. This definitely good. I like this one right here.
I don't understand why everything can be reviewed.
If everything reviewed is gonna take all day.
If you only get the two, you don't change it.
But the thing about, I don't know about the other rules, but I guarantee that probably rule gonna be in here too, right? If you only get 2 challenges. By Detroit, amend Rules 15, Section 1 to provide clubs more opportunities for a third challenge. A third challenge. There you go.
Alrighty.
So see what I'm saying? So if they win the 2, they get another one. By Detroit, amend Rule 15, Section 3 to expand the replay official jurisdiction to allow consulting regarding penalty assessments. I don't know what that is, like penalty assessment. It is. I don't know. I got a question on that one.
I'm guessing they're saying that they could get the replay. They could review for any consulting before they actually make the call.
So they can do it. It's a replay on if.
Yeah, you see in the XFL. What they do is they have the. Well, have you seen the XFL that part where they actually have the person right up there? So before they make the call, sometimes they actually reverse the call that they made on the field. So they don't even have to use a challenge.
Okay. Number 7. Houston amends Rule 15, Section 1, Article 2 to expand. Oh, we already did this. Wait a minute. Replay officials jurisdictions to allow to review on a failed 4th down attempts. I don't get that either. I don't get that one. Number 8.
Just saying automatic review on 4th down.
Yeah, but if it's inches, then I get it. Number 8. By the Los Angeles Rams amend Rule 15, Section 1 and Section 1 and Section 3 to make fouls for roughing the passer call on the field subject to replay, assist, and or review by coach's challenge. I agree with that one. I think that's a good one. Tom Brady is gone now, so it won't matter because he's gone. Number 9. By the New York Jets amendment, Rule 12, Section 2, Article 6, to expand the crackback position to players who go in motion and go behind the center to block, split low block defenders below the waist. That's another way to tackle or block somebody. I didn't see the other one on here where the Eagles where you have the guy in the backfield that's pushing. I think that's probably one of those. I don't know why that's not on there, but that's one that I know they did talk about. Any other questions about that, guys?
I'm glad the Eagles part ain't in there. Penalize them for being better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is I don't mind. I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you should put a lineman in the backfield like that and do that, because they're saying that it can cause injuries as well, and that's what they're trying to stay away from, because the Eagles perfected it too well during the season. And if you think about the Browns, they did it good with Jacoby Brissett, and he was in the backfield by himself with 2 running backs. Nobody really went up in his back and did it like they did with Jalen Hurts. So I think that's what their issue is about that. So next up, why when my man went to his locker, they said they gave him a map to the back of AT&T Stadium. And he went to the door and found all his gear next to the trash can. He's like, I know you asked for a pay cut, but we don't want you to get a pay cut. We just want you to leave. But I don't want to go. I don't want to go, coach. I want to stay. Put me in, coach. I want to stay. Our running back got broken leg. I can do what he did. Just give me a chance, coach. I want to stay. They said, do you got GPS on your phone? He said, yeah. He says, well, the GPS is all the way to the back of the building. You go through the double doors and you can smell a little trash, but we sprayed it so it smelled good. And on outside the trash can, you see all your gear. Now, the only thing you got in there is your personal stuff because your number stays with us. The jersey stays with us. So Ezekiel Elliott gets cut by the Dallas Cowboys. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yo, guys, where y'all think Ezekiel Elliott will end up at? I got an idea where I think he's going to go. I think some money got to be juggled around with a couple players to get him to the number that he wants to be in. I'm really surprised that the Dallas Cowboys did cut him. I felt like they should have asked him for a contract restructure.
I'm not surprised
because of Pallet being hurt. Because you asked him to come back off a broken leg, and even if you draft a running back, you're not going to draft him in the first round unless he's the best player on your board. I mean, there's some decent running backs coming out there, but you're going to draft the running back in first round? Dallas Cowboys? Which, by the looks of it, they just added Brandon Cook. They're going to throw the ball more than they're going to run it. But McCarthy says, well, I want us to be a running team. Kellen Moore, he threw the ball too much because our defense wouldn't rest. Our defense didn't get a chance to rest. That's not my problem. The other team can't stop us. If we score on points, what's the problem? What's the problem? You know, if I'm Kellen Moore, I'm saying, what's the problem? But the thing about Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, he's a little long in the tooth, but they never asked him for a pay cut. I think they did restructure his contract last year, not this season, but the year before that, I think they did. But they didn't ask him to do it this year, which we all saw the handwriting on the wall. But with Pallet getting hurt, do you really want to go out there and test the market with somebody that doesn't know the offense? Why not keep Ezekiel there? Just say, can we do another pay cut? You know what I'm saying? Because you added Brandon Cook. Now Schultz left and went to the Giants or somewhere. I don't know where he went to.
Texas.
He went somewhere else.
Texans.
Yeah, he went to Texans. He went right down the street. He ain't got to go far. It's only a 2-hour drive. If you get in the plane, it's 45. It's probably less than 30 minutes. But now you know your needs is a running back and a tight end. So if you're looking at the draft, you're looking at tight end, you're looking at running back. You still got some free agent tight ends out there. You go at the tight end. Do you go at the running back? Who's the running backs out there that's really there are free agents running backs? You got Jacoby from the Raiders. Did anybody sign him yet?
I thought he got the franchise tag.
They franchised him? Okay. Okay.
Only one that's out there is Kareem Hunt. I don't think anybody signed Kareem Hunt yet.
And you know what? And that's weird because I was going to say Kareem Hunt was out there. I was like, and I couldn't figure out. I was like, why is nobody going after my man Kareem Hunt? He's a model citizen. He gets positive yards for the Browns. I don't understand why he's not being picked up by nobody. So my question is, was Dallas going to look for a tight end or are they going to look for a running back going forward? But do you think you think they should cut Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah, it was time to move
on.
Why? Yeah, it was time to move on. Because they gave Dak all that money.
But Dak said he would restructure his contract. And I think that's how they got Brandon Cook right now, because he restructured his contract.
Yeah, I think the problem that you got to worry about with Zeke is that he's old. He still ran well last year. He still got a whole lot of touchdowns. But the thing about it is you can get that in the 5th, 6th round, 7th round now. That's what everybody's proving. Running backs can be taken as a dime a dozen. Only the elite guys should be paid that much. I think I know where he's going though.
Where do you think he's going?
Cincinnati.
They got Mixon. Did Mixon sign? Didn't Joe Mixon?
Yes, but think about what Cleveland has. What they had last year with Kareem Hunt and whatchamacallit.
Okay.
He could also go to Cleveland. I just see that Ohio connection working out for him.
Cleveland? There's an idea.
Lou, where do you think your boy going?
think I agree. I think you might go the Browns.
Okay.
Possible.
I say Cincinnati because I think he wants a chance of winning the championship. That's why I said Cincy more than Cleveland. He ain't got no chance in Cleveland.
Bengals, huh? Yeah.
Mo, the Browns got a better record against Cincinnati Bengals than anybody in the division in the last 2 years. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, but where they finish? Where they finished in the division last year?
Last year we didn't make the playoffs, but the year before that we didn't make the playoffs. But the year before that we made the playoffs.
You got to keep going back. Keep going back. Keep going back to the playoff game that you beat the Steelers. Keep going back. Keep going back. Keep going back. Keep going back. Keep going back.
I'm gonna say, I think Zeke goes to Buffalo Bills, and they got McKenzie left and went somewhere else. Okay, so you have that money that you're gonna give McKenzie. Then you had the quarterback take a pay cut. You had Von Miller take a pay cut. They taking a pay cut for somebody. It ain't Leonard Fournette. And maybe Kareem Hunt may be that guy for them up there because he knows how to play in cold weather. But I think that'd be a perfect fit for Dak. I mean, for Ezekiel Elliott if he goes to Buffalo. Go ahead, Mo.
While we've been on the show, Buffalo just signed Damian Harris.
So he ain't going there.
Yeah, they said they're looking at Zeke. But they signed Damian Harris from New England.
So there's no wow. So where's he gonna go now?
I'm thinking Cincy.
Cincinnati and the Browns. But he's not, to me, Zeke's not better than Kareem Hunt because Kareem Hunt can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's elusive. He makes people miss him, and he's hard to tackle. Zeke's not that guy no more. In the realm of what Cleveland's doing, you know what I'm saying? You got two bruiser backs in those guys. I don't know if Zeke owe that, but now Cincinnati might be the place for him. That's not bad. That's not a bad place for him. Okay. I can live with that one.
I'm just saying they got cap room. Ohio State connection.
Yeah. Okay. So
Once
guys,
won a championship.
Last week I said to you guys that Baker Mayfield was going to be a Buccaneer. I do my homework. I did my homework, and I said that. And guess who's a Buccaneer now? Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield said, I'm not Tom Brady. I'm not going to try to be Tom Brady. I'm going to try to be humble, 6 foot Baker Mayfield. And I'm just going to do what I got to do to be a better football player for this team. I think this is I'm telling you, this is perfect for him. We got somebody else on the line. I didn't know they were on the line. Area code 703. Last 4 is 10187. Who is that? Who we got out there?
You know what it is, DME Sports Show.
What's up, Razoo? Did you just come on, or were you been out there, man?
No, I've been here for a good 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't want to make. I didn't know. I just looked at it. I heard something, so let me check this thing out.
Yeah, that was my notification.
Okay. All right, so since you're on the show right now, we got about 9 minutes left. Tell me, how do you think about the Baker Mayfield going to Tampa Bay Buccaneers? How do you think this is gonna pan out? Because they got Derek Carr in New Orleans, and it's funny because there was a player that watched the game with New Orleans against the Las Vegas Raiders. He called Derek Carr a bum. He called him every name under the sun other than Jesus Christ. And then when they tried for him, he said he's the best thing since sliced bread. So do you think Baker Mayfield can give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 11-game season, a 10-game season, a 12-game season? How do you think Baker Mayfield is going to fit into the offense down in Tampa? Mo,
I think their offensive weapons are good, but I don't think give that a lot. Maybe wins.
Well, shit, that's what That's what Dusty Brady did last year. He gave 9 wins. You don't think he can give him 10?
Yeah. No, because there's not enough weapons on that offense to give me that. Now, they might need a big splash to get that primary wide receiver. Or the draft.
Oh, Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay, let me look at something real quick. Okay. So you don't so you think them getting a wide receiver, does that give them 10 wins? 10, 11 wins?
I believe so, because they keep it to defense. And they got some, they got they have they have the offensive line, and they can improve on it, and they get that one wide receiver. They might have a shot. 11 wins, I don't think so.
Mo, what's your thoughts?
Baker Mayfield takes Tampa Bay, makes Tampa Bay better than Tom Brady. That would be an awesome storyline, and it ain't gonna happen. I think they're gonna move up from the 19th pick and take a quarterback.
Did they got those type of picks that
They got all their picks. And then they got picks next year. Well, I mean, they don't have a 4th round. They got 2 5th rounds. They package their 1st, their 2nd, their 3rd, their 1st round next year and move up to like 8. And the reason I say 8 because if Jalen Carter is still there, Chicago's going to pick him at number 9. But you're afraid that Chicago might move down again for somebody who also might want a quarterback. If a quarterback's still there, if one of the top 4 quarterbacks are there, it's easy to move up 10 slots. Pittsburgh did it before with giving up a 2nd round for the next year. The first round that year, the 3rd round and the 4th round that year, and the 2nd round the next year. So to move into the top 10, it isn't that bad, but to move in the top 5 is going to be crazy.
Okay, Lou, what's your thoughts on Baker Mayfield and getting 10 wins?
I got that very much. I don't see it giving him 10 wins. 6 or 7 maybe, 10? No.
Okay, let me do this.
Don't push your luck.
Let me look at something real quick here. Buccaneers, 2023. Oh man, where can I find it at? Open. I know I got the page somewhere in here. I'm trying to find the schedule for next year. Let's see here. I'm gonna say this. Y'all guys know I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan because he went to when he went to Cleveland.
Neither am I.
He really struggled there. Now the year that he got hurt with his shoulder, that kind of hurt the process of them winning games like they should have won games, in my opinion. So I think that I hold that against him. I shouldn't hold it against him because he was injured. But again, it's you are what you are. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you're judged by your performance on the field. 2023 2024 NFL schedule. You judge by that. Okay, so you gotta go by that, and that's why I was not really thrilled with Baker Mayfield. But when he went to the Rams, I saw a different Baker Mayfield. And I think more or less because he was humble, because again, Baker had nobody behind him that had to push him to be better. Okay. Now Mo saying that Tampa might draft a quarterback. And if you think about it, they got a good offensive line. They got to get a running back right down there. They got decent tight end. They got the wide receivers. So they have a mature team that if they were to get a quarterback in there that they felt like could help the team go forward, then I see that being a positive thing for them. But I'm gonna say this, and I think because Baker Mayfield has been humbled to the point where he's questioned his ability as a quarterback, even when he went to Carolina and got benched, and he got back in and got, he played a little bit more, and then the Rams said, "Yo, ask to be cut. You come out here and play for us. You get to see what you see." And if Baker goes somewhere else, which he did already go, they got a compensatory pick for him. So let's take a look at here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule for next year. You have out of conference, you have the Bears, the Lions, the Jaguars, the Eagles, and the Titans at home. That's pretty tough. Tennessee, don't know what you're gonna get with them. Eagles, that's gonna be a tough game. Jacksonville Jaguars definitely better, and Detroit's better. Away, you have Buffalo, Green Bay, Houston, Colts, Minnesota. Yeah, they're not gonna win 10 games. I can't see. They can beat. The thing about it is, you think about the division. I think they can beat Carolina. I think they can beat Atlanta. They can beat Carolina.
Right.
The Saints is a loss. I think they probably lose to Buffalo. They could probably beat Green Bay because of the quarterback situation of Love being there. They can beat Houston. They can beat the Colts. And I'm saying I'm gonna put Minnesota in there. So that's 7 wins right there. Let's say they sweep Atlanta and Carolina. That's 8 wins right there. Maybe 9. Maybe 9 wins. Maybe 9 wins. Looking at the schedule, 9. I give them 9. 9 and 8 again, but I don't think 9 and 8 wins them the division. I think the Saints have definitely got better.
Not anymore.
With Derek Carr being there. So, wow, that's crazy. I thought that.
Right.
I don't. Just Baker's on he's on a different offensive coordinator, and he got to learn everything. But they got a good defense too. But at some point, the offense got to show up. So I don't think Baker's going to be the reason why they don't win 10 games, but I think he could be the reason why they win 10 games. But 8 and 9, I see them winning 9. I see them going 9 and 8 next year. They got a pretty tough schedule going forward. This strength of schedule, when I looked at it, let's see what we got here real quick. We at 9 o'clock. This strength of schedule, Tampa Bay is at the bottom half of the scheduling. They're 22nd. So check this out, guys. Their division is Atlanta 32nd, New Orleans 31, Carolina Panthers 27, Tampa Bay 22. Now, Mo, check this out. Pittsburgh and Cleveland are 26 and 25. Baltimore's 21. Cincinnati 17. I don't think Cleveland was the last place team last year. That's why I think that the schedule is going to be in their favor. The Saints going to probably have the Saints going to have an easy schedule. If I go from 25 to 32, I say Pittsburgh makes the playoffs. Cleveland should make the playoffs, and the Saints should make the playoffs out of 25 to 32. I think this might. I think
really think the Browns.
You really think the Browns
gonna make the playoffs?
I'm gonna say this to you. I think their division will be like Washington's division. NFC East last year. It's gonna come down to the wire. You probably got 3 teams in that division to make the playoffs. I think Baltimore can make it, Cincinnati can make it, Pittsburgh can make it, and the Browns can make it. But somebody's going to get eliminated at some point in time. I don't see all 4 of them making it, but I think that division, if you go off the strength of schedule, I think the division has an opportunity to be strong in the playoffs. I just think that. Hey, Lou, Hey, Razoo, I appreciate you calling on. Razoo, we got to get you on sooner, man, so we can get some more intake on this Dan Snyder situation going on and what's going on with your Washington Nationals, how they going to look going forward. New York Yankees, we didn't get a chance to talk about baseball, but they got Yankees predicted to win the division. They got my Dodgers winning 88 games, being second place behind Padres. Padres have spent so much doggone money on their team. If they don't win, it's going to be a sad shame in San Diego. So we're going to definitely talk about that next week. Next Monday, we're going to start probably, if ain't nothing hot going on in football, ain't nothing hot going on in basketball, we're going to hit this baseball thing because baseball is coming up and you'll be surprised the money that's being spent in baseball. And so I'm going to leave, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm going a little bit over my time period. But I'm going to say this to you. If you got kids that play sports, put them in baseball. Please put them in baseball because them dudes are getting rich. You got my man, Barry Bonds. Now, Barry Bonilla, he's still getting money from the Mets to 2020, what? Something, 25, 26, something like that. He's still getting paid. He played baseball 10 years.
31.
To 2031?
Yes.
Wow. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a kid that love to play sports, put him in baseball, please. You don't hear nothing about the ACL tears. You don't hear nothing about you hear about hamstring, but you don't get the concussions and come on, put him in baseball. Even though the season's long, but man, the money they get paid. All right, guys. Lou, real quick, what you got going on for us on Saturday, man?
Well, of course, we'll go down to the team should not be about 12 by then. We'll wrap up the BBC because the finals tomorrow, so I'll have to check on that. NHL, we'll count down the MLB training, and we'll look at the XFL, and the best and worst of the month of March.
Okay.
So call 512-543-4662, Saturday, between 4 and 6 p.m.
Razoo, what you got going on, brother?
Eastern time.
Razoo, what you got going on a DMV show? Razoo left us. He left us. Razoo left us. He left us high and dry. A mile high. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys hanging in there for us. Got a couple of people that's been watching the show. We really appreciate you watching the show with us. We love you for doing that for us. Let us know who you are. If you let us know if you're watching this on the YouTube channel or if you're watching on a television channel. Let us know where you're watching this at. Again, we're going to do once a month. We're going to do a show on TV, on YouTube, and on the Facebook page as well because we want to bring you guys back into the fold and just have a lot of fun with you guys, man. Just enjoy yourself, man. And again, man, just enjoy life, man, and have fun. Love the one you with, and just have fun, man. Just enjoy life, man. It's just so much crazy stuff going on in this world, man. It's just not good. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you talking to us, calling us, or not calling us, or whatever you did. Say hello to us. Well, however you do what you do, you know what I'm saying? So I think what we're going to try next week, I think we might try this differently. I think we should have Mo and we should have Dana do a little TikTok video on what they want to talk about on the show. What you guys think about that? Let me know on the page, right? So we can get this guy interacting on this thing because I think this would be a whole lot of fun. About what they want to talk about, because I always give topics. They give me some topics. They give me a topic here, a topic. I want them to give me some topics. So if you want them to do some TikTok stuff on it, just go on the page, say, Mo, gotta be more careful, Baltimore. Do a TikTok for the show. Dana, the hater, do a TikTok for the show. I did a TikTok the other day. It was a lot of fun. It took a while for it to download. I said to my daughter, I said, what's taking this thing so long? She said, Daddy, I don't know. I said, it's only 3 minutes long. She said, Daddy, I don't know what you did. I said, this technology is not good for me. Listen to you people. I need a marketing agent and an advertising agent. If you know anybody out there that can work for free for a little while, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Because if you make it work, I got some money to pay you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy yourself. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the basketball, the March Madness, boys and girls, baseball coming up, basketball coming up, NASCAR. We got all golf, the whole kit and caboodle, XFL. Man, just enjoy life. All right. So we're going to get on out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by KLUTCH from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. G-Dub from Austin, Texas. And Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the